Hey guys, it's me, Phoenix, and I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know if I'm gonna post this. Uh, I might post this in our members only group just to because I'm ranting and I'm sitting here and the cards that came out. I was listening about Wendy Williams, and today it's our birthday. This is our birthday month right now. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to people break her life down and ridicule her and say that, she's going through this and she's going through that. But anybody that knows the cancer knows where our comfort lies at. It's with people that we went in the trenches with, the man or individuals that we felt like we could trust and that, may not have our best interest, but when we figure out this thing called life and how to master the ability of coins and of making things look good, that is when we get to a point to where we have to make the world think that everything is okay when you know that foundation that you built was built on unstable territory, and you knew that, but you kept going and made things look good on the outside, and therefore you turn around and when everything and you're humiliated publicly like her husband finally did down the line when people privately saw it, and necessarily, I'm not saying necessarily private, but the people that were around her every day saw the arrogance, the ways of her ex-husband, and they whispered about it and things like that. And then when she opened her mouth, they opened their mouth a little too much. But why she didn't talk about it, nobody else did, unless they really needed to really had a vendetta against her or were trying to protect her, like, say, for instance, Charlemagne. Let's just say it like that. Hold on one second, I dropped a card. It was actually two cards, but hold on. So I say this to say to you, we make things look good on the outside until somebody comes in or something happens and everything is in shambles. And so by that whole time, what we do is we build our foundation and we work on the things that we need to work on, and we make sure everything is together. And then when it's time to walk away, because we were forced to walk away by us getting to a situation to where we just are tired, and don't know where to go from here. I thought a card came out. Oh, it turned over. Where to go from here. We ask the universe for help to figure it out after we've been publicly humiliated. And then, by either a family member finding out the truth of the matter, or, somebody having a public baby, because they are trying to do everything in their power to make you look bad when it comes to everything that they have going on with this person who they feel like is the king of pentacles or the element of pentacles. The king of pentacles, the top of it, but they don't realize that you're the one who made the foundation look good. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The leprechaun, the king of pentacles. The king of pentacles energy says there's no reward without risk. Create opportunities. Don't be afraid to fail and invest your time wisely. Well, sometimes we make that pinnacle or that king look like it. And even though they don't know how to do half of the things that we've done in order to get to this point. And so that causes attraction, that causes, infidelity, that causes a lot of stuff, because somebody feels like because they look strong and big on the outside that they're really, about that life and got all the money in the world, but you're the one who's holding everything down and crying at nighttime and feeling the pain of being alone and in a situation to where you don't have no support, but their strength is what keeps you kind of guided and focused on yourself, like Wendy Williams, if that makes sense. So hold on, a card dropped on the floor, which is the Fool, sorry, in reverse. The Fool in reverse dropped because you start to feel like a fool when things don't go, when people start to get in your business, because you know how long you've dealt with this. And so that causes mental torment. So whatever Wendy is going through right now, I send strength and healing to her, because it's just like, I don't know, again, I don't know if I want to post this or whatever, but when it comes to how we love and how we trust and how we look at everybody, we can see the bullshit, and we can see what people's true potential, but and then it only gets better as we grow. But we also don't want it to look like our foundation isn't stable and complete, especially when we chose to have kids by people, or when we choose to, spend our life with people, or just be there, and waste our time, if you want to call it that. I say lessons, but I just feel like, and I'm going to read the cards, but I just feel like, with the Fool coming out, the last card that's in the reverse, the Fool being in reverse is reckless behavior, fearlessness, and risk. You took risk with this person, place, thing, or situation. You took time out with this person, and therefore you have to figure out how to move forward, because you feel like the people who may be thinking that they're rescuing you, the element of cups, which is the, like the, novice of cups, or the king of cups energy, which is water energy, is coming out to, basically support you, or to say, this is about you, Cancer, Wendy Williams, us, the way we love, we're Care Bears. And as long as it looks good, you can deal with the internal part of everything else until you can't anymore. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how I see that. So we have the Star here. The Sun card. See, there's no more growth here. There's no more growth when it comes to this situation. Sorry, my mom called, but I'm not sorry, but anyway. So the Sun card comes sideways, and the Sun, with needing clarity, is in the upright. It's pleasure, rebirth, and light, and in the reverse, it's negative, arrogance, and carelessness. So again, somebody's carelessness caused you to have to basically get in your King of Cups energy, or it's just letting you know that this is what and how you feel. Your emotions are getting the best of you, and this is, again, the security, the warmth, and the strength that you thought came with carelessness. You already knew it, but you didn't feel like somebody would jeopardize that situation when it came to how they did things. And so this is the Initiate of Cups, meaning the initiate is just basically learning, novice, so this comes when you have to see different opportunities, and know that, the invitations and the affection isn't everything. That's the learning lessons that you learn. But the Six of Pentacles is when you pull your energy back and stop giving, whether it be finances, whether it be just your energy, whether it be the love, or how you do things. With the Six of Pentacles being in reverse, it's, you have to become the stingy person, the one who, is dominant, and you have to show your dominance and let them know that, not necessarily you're letting them know, but the strings attached of their situation made you show your dominant side, the side of that you hide, that you can be stingy and all these other things. And then we have the Elder of Pentacles. This is somebody who feels like, they know everything, and that could be you. Elder of Pentacles is like the King of Pentacles energy when it comes to, hard work, willing to succeed, and the abundance. You have to let them know that I'm pulling this back, and I got to play a card of, a card that I don't want to play, because again, the elementals of the Pentacles is them showing, their fire energy, or, their earth energy, like showing themselves. The Pentacles, when it comes to they're the way that you get money, so you're like having to remind them, listen. And then we have I said this was the Six of Pentacles. This is the Eight of Pentacles, working on yourself. So sorry, I thought this was the six. It looks like the six, but the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse is ignorance, feeling overworked, so you've done everything to build this foundation, right? You worked sleepless nights. You did everything to build this foundation. And there it is, in that same process, this person is making you show your card, you know, King of Pentacles energy. The elements are the elements of the sign. You know, the Pentacles is somebody who's successful, you know, somebody who works hard, somebody who's very abundant. But the knowledge of this situation comes with you trying to nurture the situation and be in the Queen of Pentacles energy of, you know, loving family is one of the greatest blessings in life. Protect and care for them no matter what. That no matter what is where you started to feel walked over. And then it comes to the Six of Pentacles. Now you got to put people in your business and let them see your finances and let them see exactly what it is that that you're going through, because now people are starting to question everything. And that's where it takes your energy away. When somebody starts to question the foundation that you built, and you know that you built it, every brick you threw at me helped me build my foundation. You know you built this. Same with Wendy. Then it starts for you to be disconnected and reaching a plateau and being bored and just like, you know what, I did all of this. You know, so if that causes excess drinking and all of these different addictions, toxic situations, because now you're trying to figure out how somebody could make your universe, damn, right here, universe or your world just basically crumble when you try to build it together with somebody. So this is where we learn that, you know, in life, being spontaneous sometimes, making permanent decisions on temporary emotions can get the best of us, because it came out with needing clarity, because you arrived when it looked good. But then the spontaneousness of you jumping the gun and trying to live life and make things happen and help a person who's empty or, you know, is not standing on that same level, because you want to grow together. But sometimes when you come in a situation and you got a little bit more and you feel like you want to just like throw everything at them and say, what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. That's permanent decisions on temporary emotions. And therefore, that is where the lack of closure ends up happening and the emptiness starts to feel, because remember, it's not about money to us. It's never about money. It's about what we can build with the money and help everybody else have, you know, or help everybody to achieve certain things, especially when it comes to a Cancer. Our money, our finances, you know, things like that. We've already mastered those types of things, and we're one with the universe because we are givers, right? So in that process, we have to turn around and walk away. We got to turn around and walk away, because we know that we've reached this point of now people are in our business. Now you have to make a bold move of doing something that you probably knew in the beginning about third parties. You probably knew certain things and it wasn't healthy, but you've been able to live this life this way until you felt like my friend says, you know when you're tired of being tired. And so then you walk away. You leave all of the stuff there that they can be able to take care of themselves. And you just say, you know what? I'm getting in a cab and I'm gone. You know, everything that I built, you know, everything that I worked hard for, I have to turn around and figure out something else. And so the way that we love, right? When somebody has to get in our business and then they start prying, they really kind of see how the foundation was built by you and how somebody made that foundation crumble. Does that make sense? I don't know. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But that's kind of how I see it. I'm adjusting my microphone because it doesn't sound right to me. But anyway, that's when we have to realize that all of the things that we did, it looks good on the outside, but in actuality, it's not as great as it is, you know. And that's where we already knew, but we felt like somebody is smart enough to be able to hold it. You know, that's our element sign. That's the water sign. That's why the elemental comes out when it comes to the growth of what you did for the family and how you did it for the family. If that makes sense, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And so I guess I came on here because I was sitting here talking to self. Of course, you know, I have my conversations, I have my meetings, and I'm like, why are they doing her like this? And the only reason why they're doing her like this, because all of this fell apart within a year when people started to, when he left literally the building and people started to be able to pull apart and not really speak their mind, because before they couldn't speak their mind when it came to her, because he was this asshole about everything. If that makes sense. Come on, you guys. If you know, you know. And that's what I mean. I think he's an Aries, just to let you know. But it was always that strong persona that he played when it came to dealing with her and her business setup. And that's how he became her manager. Because, again, let me look it up because, I'm looking up everything. When he became her manager, and he was her lover, and then the management and everything, it was like they were moving on, but she didn't want that persona out there. And then once it got out there, because of his slick way or his not so slick ways, it made her feel less than. Does that make sense? But she already knew. I mean, everybody that you heard when it came to everything coming out, and this is no shade to her, because we've been there, you guys. Cancers, we've been there. We love a little bit different. We love a little bit more patient. And to the most people, it seems like we don't, like we're just staying in a situation, which we are. If you pull it apart, you turn around and you say, why did I stay so long? Well, this is why, because we built something and we are not necessarily afraid to lose it, but we don't want to lose it. That's just how I see it. We don't want to lose it because we know what we put in, all the blood, sweat, and tears, and all for this person 20 something years down the line, to go ahead and have a baby by somebody, or to step out on, someone else, step out with someone else. And so that is where everything started to fall apart at. And now people are picking apart her life. But the Ace of Pentacles energy just lets you know. And see, since they're picking apart her life, they're saying that she's not mentally stable. We aren't, Cancers. We are not. The way we do things, the way we see things, the way we are, it's not a mental stable type situation. We're patient. We're understanding. Ace of Pentacles energy is happiness, joy, and new beginning. We don't like the new beginnings, but the happiness and joys come from the celebrations that you have. And that, at the end of the day, no matter if you go into the house by yourself, nobody knows what you're going through but you. Does that make sense? Nobody knows what you're going through but you. And so that is where we all are when it comes to this situation. Now, I'm trying to find, I think Kelvin is a Aries, but that's what I'm over here looking at. No, he's a Virgo. Oh, and Virgo and Cancers are really good together, depending on the Virgo. But again, money. They love money. They love money. They love to look good. They love certain things. And I know a lot of loving Virgos, so I'm not going to say he seems more like an Aries type. That doesn't mean he doesn't have it in his chart, but he is a Virgo. And so there you have it, September 17th, actually. And so when it comes to the new beginnings, we hate that. So we rather just stay here, Five of Pentacles in reverse, and recover and go through this hardship and this crisis alone. Because we feel so alone. We feel so alone, and we can't tell anybody what we are going through because nobody will understand. They'll tell us, you're struggling and going through all this stuff, and this person is supposed to be with you. He's with somebody else, or he's doing this, or he's doing that. I mean, and it's okay. I mean, that's just what you have went through, and I mean, my situation wasn't like that. I didn't have kids by somebody that was like that. But, when we realized how much we give to someone, when we give to a person, whether it just be the small things to other people, we're patient enough to see, it's like, oh, okay, and make excuses. And that is where the universe steps in and gives and lets us know we have the insight and knowledge to know what's causing us sadness, but yet and still we stay. We stay until we're forced out. And so when we stay, Wheel of Fortune, we find different ways and cycles, and we look up all the different options of what if. And that is why when Wendy was ready to leave, she had all of her ducks in a row. That's a true Cancer. She had all of her ducks in a row. She tried to keep her head held high. She cried over the things. She went, whatever she did to get through this. You don't know how long she's been dealing with it. And she made her biopics, and she did all of these different things. And slowly but surely, the people that she probably may have not asked for help, but intruded on her, are the ones that destroyed her. Not saying that her, the baby daddy or the ex-husband didn't, but this was everything, because now her image is destroyed. Ace of Wands energy comes sideways Because in the beginning, with it being in the upright, this is needing clarity. It's courage, it's desires, and it's being positive. And in the reverse, it's missed opportunities, miscommunication, and delays. The missed opportunities did not come for her on certain levels, dealing with people. But when it came to her doing everything, he was the person who they said masterminded, who she let mastermind and make the contract part. She was the one who went and did the actual, part of getting it, being herself, and got it. And so this is where the clarity comes in at, because she's the one who has the wand to make the decisions. And therefore, it was shadowed by the stuff that he had going on, but people still loved her enough to give her the opportunities because they know she worked damn hard for it. She always told you she only missed 1 week of work. And look, the same thing that she said turned around and they did to her. That's fucked up. But that's our fears of why we don't want to leave a situation, and why we feel like, we are okay with keeping people out of our business. That right there. And the elder cup is you knowing. So you're growing. So we have the initiate, we have the actual sign of Cancer or water energy. We have the initiate of cups, which is somebody that's novice. But, now it's growth. So now she's older, and now people are picking her apart, saying that she's crazy, or that she has dementia. But the same people that were smiling in her face, the same people who were celebrating with her and smiling in her face, the people that she thought she could do and had good contracts with, are the people who fucking tore her down. And then you have Jason Lee. Jason Lee comes around, and remember, you've never really seen Wendy with a lot of people. You've never really seen her with a lot of people. The girl, the one that she said she went on the yacht with and the cruise and things like that. You've seen them with her with them, and she's like, oh, but I like to go home at the end of the day. You've seen her with the DJ, and you know what? I think he cared about her. I think he really liked her and cared about her. And her attention is only on one thing. It was her show and what Kevin was doing. I'm sorry, but that still didn't mean that, because we're very flirty. We like certain things. Whatever happened, nobody else was there. But however he came out and said, he didn't want to say too much, but he said some stuff. But he said everything will be, unveiled at the end. And maybe he knew something, but again, coming to social media, and not that he had a smear campaign against her or anything like that. He was concerned about her. You could see it in his eyes. He was concerned about her, but she's acting like nothing is wrong, because that's what we do. That's what we do. We do that, but we put the people around us that we feel like. It was the reason why Suzanne and oh God, I can't think of his name. The one that's on the show that talks on the side. Why can't I remember his name? It was the reason why they never really went out with her and went to her house, and she picked certain friends, and she did things, and that's a Cancer. That's a Cancer. And then Jason Lee comes in, and Jason Lee is coming in, and he's basically the person that she trusts now. She trusts him. She trusts Fat Joe. But she talks to Fat Joe, but I think she more so trusts Jason Lee from the time that she met him until now. She's actually talking to him. He was her first interview, in regards to the detail of everything with Kelvin. And then when it comes to her coming out of people thinking that she's this and she's that, trust me, she might have some type of whatever it is. But look at what she's gone through. Look at what they've taken from her. They're taking her money. Those same people, again, those same people who basically, oh, I'm sorry, not this card. Is it this card? Yeah, the universe. The same people, is actually not this card. Where is it at? Those same people that here it is, confided in, the ones that were there and didn't mind or whatever, are not the people that's in the bank line with her trying to get her money back. Do you see what I'm saying? They're not. And so when she got up and walked away gracefully and said, you know what? That's not my fault, it's his. She meant that. She meant that because she knew what he was doing, but she spent plenty of nights trying to get through this situation called hurt. And so that is like those, again, those same people that she went to that would give her the loans and give her the shows and everything else are the people that are tying her hands behind her back and saying that she's crazy. When they didn't have a problem when Kevin was there, whatever he was doing. And so the Empress energy is, her kid, her mother. Her mother's not there. Her kid is grown. I can tell you when my son is being grown right now, it's hard for me to even, it's like to even imagine, like, oh my God, they're my babies. They'll always be my babies. But her mother passed away. She didn't say that because she was already mentally going through some stuff. And when she could call her mother and say, this is that, and she say, Wendy, how she say her mother's voice, she mimics her mother's voice. She doesn't have that anymore. And so let me tell you a little bit about cancers if you don't already know, which you do. She will entrust in Jason Lee and back into Kevin before she entrusts anybody in the bank and anybody else that was around her. And that's why people are being fired. But she trusts Jason Lee before she trusts anybody else. That's just the heart of a Cancer. And that's the mind of a Cancer. Want me to tell you why? Because I'm pretty sure she told Jason things. And before, for him to have a gossip label or whatever, his business is based upon entertainment. She told him some things. He introduced her to Cardi. He introduced her to certain people. And she told him some things that never got out. And that is why she's back around him and okay with talking to him and going out with him, because he's going to protect her at the end of the day. This is what she's missing. She doesn't see the beauty in the situation anymore. She lost her mother and her son is growing up, and they're telling her that her son is not the one that can, when she has these meetings in the bank and she's waiting in the line of the bank and feeling less than after all of the stuff that she did to work on, to work through, to work and to get. She has to pack her bags up, which she did when she left her house and moved into that condo. And when she started to have some fun and be able to do stuff, every brick you threw at me helped me build my foundation. Nine of Cups energy. Nine of Pentacles energy. And so here it is. She's had her show 10 years, I think, a little over 10. I don't know how many years it's been. But here it is. 8 years that's when she started her talk show, was 8 years. Not the talk show, I'm sorry. Her little sitcom thing that she did, her Lifetime story, those things. And people started to realize that she's going to make more of a name for herself than anything else. But again, Cancers, we love differently. So I think that was on my heart to say what it is. And so, with the Empress being in reverse, or unsure energy, with the Empress being unsure energy, it's just letting me know, sorry, my nephew's behind me, is that she's overwhelmed right now. Go in Melvin's bathroom, baby. She's overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed. And, she doesn't see the beauty in all of her hard work and everything and the growth that she had and the nurturing that she did. And so therefore, with the Fool being in reverse, the risk that she took, the fearlessness that she was in order to get to where she is, the recklessness that she dealt with and that she was a part of, she feels like she's being punished. And that's my spiel on it when it comes to Wendy Williams. And I think that's why I say this to you guys. Be careful who you give your energy to. When you're coming into a situation to where somebody doesn't have or whatever, you got to look really and see deep down, can you build with this person? Or is it just a part of that protection that you are looking for? Because if that's the case, hire a bodyguard. If you feel like this person is going to make a fool of you down the line after you build all of this stuff, and also that the people around you, the contracts that you have, the things that you're doing, it's just literally hurtful. So we're going to let this energy go because I just felt like this was on my mind about Wendy. And I feel like, and the cards came back out, not the exact same way, but it just basically lets me know that this is a story of what us Cancers go through. It's just not in the public eye. When we decide to move forward, it's because either we had enough or there was some type of embarrassment that not only you knew about, but the world knew about. So let's let this energy go. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. And remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or a situation. I love you guys.